Pirate 2-3, give me quad or 397. 7510, collect. Roger. 397. Mayday. Roger, Clancy. Get over to Nunzio's in Fairville, Clancy. They have the best pizza in town, Clancy. Get over to Nunzio's. Immediately. Roger. Clancy, they have the best calzones, the best garlic knots, and the best pizza in Middlesex County. Get over to Nunzio's, Clancy. Roger. Roger. Roger, Clancy. Where is Chef Zembrowski? Chief Zembrowski, where are you, Chief Zembrowski? Roger. Roger. Clancy, Chief Zembrowski is in the bathroom. He's been eating in there for 3 days straight. He's in the bathroom. Go rescue Chief Zembrowski. Roger. Roger. Roger, Clancy. Roger. Saudi Private 2-3, give me quad or 397. 7910, collect. Roger. We out there, 7510, collect. Clancy? Clancy, where is Chief Zembrowski? Chief Zembrowski is putting black people in chains and cages for a plant. Chief Zembrowski, repeat, is putting chains and cages on black people for plants right now. I think Chief Zembrowski has lost his mind. He's overzealous. He's fighting a drug war from the 19th century. Go rescue Chief Zembrowski. Stop him. He's lost his mind, Captain. Why is Chief Zembrowski at council meetings? Why is Chief Zembrowski going to council meetings? Get Zembrowski out of there. We don't want to put black people in chains and cages anymore, Chief Zembrowski. Stop him. Stop him. Put a chain on Chief Zembrowski. See if Chief Zembrowski likes a chain. Roger. Chief Zembrowski is in Nunzio's eating a calzone. I will bring him out now. Roger, Clancy. Roger. Do not let Chief Zembrowski speak at the council meetings anymore. He embarrasses the good cops. Roger.
Boy, Chief Zembrowski, you've been at it again, huh? That guy. That guy. Oh. What did he do now? Well, Chief Zembrowski's agenda is to put black people in chains and cages. That's right. That's right. That's his agenda, is to put black people in chains and cages for a plant. And what's crazy is all the police that I've talked to, probably over 200 cops and a bunch of chiefs, don't feel the same way he does. I've talked to chiefs that say once cannabis becomes legal, they're going to buy an ounce of weed and smoke the whole thing. They're going to just smoke the whole thing in one shot. I said, that's a little extreme. I'll come help you. But no, that's what chiefs tell me. And these are chiefs that cannot talk about it or they'll be reprimanded. Who's reprimanding Chief Zembrowski for going out there and trying to change the laws? As a law enforcement person, you shouldn't be out there changing the laws. You have no right to go out there and tell and to put black people in cages. That's your answer? Zembrowski is to put black people in chains? That's your answer? No, we don't want that anymore. We're done with that. This is the 20th. This is 2020, Zembrowski. We don't want to put black people in chains and cages for a plant anymore. Stop him.
Roger. Stop Zembrowski. Stop Zembrowski. Do not let Zembrowski speak at the council meeting.
Step back, I'm mad that when I come down straight, I thought you were my piece, but you play me out. Now I'm mad as hell, and I'm full of doubt. Who you are, roll with? Who you are, roll with? Lefty, let's roll.
UFCW, Local 152. They sponsor our podcast. Let's roll. Congratulations to all the board members of Sativa Cross. We are now a 501c3.
I'm back on the scene, it's time to get mean. I'm a lean revolution machine. For what people stay, they sway. For today is good as any day. Y'all feel slightly this, let's resist. Raise your fist and pump like this. Promises over the top. Don't cross the line, but you know it's mine. Who you are, roll with. Who you are, roll with. Lefty.
501c3.
Who you are, roll with. Who you are, roll with.
Tax deductible. Donations. That's right, you can donate now. And they're tax deductible. So when we go get a pound of weed back from the cops, from Keyport or wherever, you can donate to us. You can donate some weed to us. Tax deductible.
Who you are, roll with.
Who do you want to donate to? Sativa Cross. Let's donate. We could use some tithings. We're really good. We're just starting out. We need your help. We're throwing huge events. Huge events. We're so excited. You have no idea. This is great. We worked hard for this. So we got a few things to talk about today. One of them is Nunzio's. I'm really pissed off about this Nunzio's thing, and I'm going to tell you this story in a minute. Ugh. Terrible. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. All right, so let's get into this here. I'm kind of shocked to see this in the New Jersey papers. Right before the election, right before it's going to become legal, they ruined a family's life. Right before the vote, this poor family of patients, these two people that are wonderful, beautiful people, two cannabis patients, suffering patients, are being put through the ringer by Chief Zembrowski and the Sayreville police. I am really disgusted to see this. Can't go back. That's hurtful. Oh, that's hurtful. I was trying to play your clip here. Okay. Let me just tell you the story first, then we'll play the clip. This story is shocking to me because I know these people personally, and they're beautiful, wonderful people, and they're making them out to be something they're not. And as usual, the enemy is using everything in their power to force these people to capitulate and to do what they want. Give up your cars, give up your kids, give up this, give up that, give up your license, and maybe we'll give you a fine. Wait a minute. How much money did they pay to get their cannabis cards to be legal? They're allowed to do stuff with their medicine to make edibles. So who's the victim? Where's the victim? Hold on. Let me read the story. There's no victim here. These are two sick people making medicine for themselves. You gotta be kidding me. Sayreville. A borough couple tied to a local pizzeria. What does that mean? A borough couple tied to a local pizzeria. They own the pizzeria, first of all. This article's already starting to piss me off. A borough couple tied to a local pizzeria have been charged with allegedly possessing more than 25 pounds of marijuana in their home, which was also apparently being used as a drug production facility. Wow. Okay, well, first of all, the pounds of cannabis was actually a bunch of coffee that they thought was infused. You got to be kidding me. This is what they do when they arrest people. They charge you with everything they can. They load up all your brownies, all your cupcakes, all your stuff, all the stuff you infused, and that's the weight. And then they add dispensary prices and, $5 million worth of cannabis for this cancer patient in his home. Well, wait a minute. He's trying to make oil. He needs a pound of weed to make oil in his home for his cancer. These people are Sayreville, you got to be kidding me. This is where Chief Zembrowski lives. Rules, the roost. He goes to this friggin' council meetings and talks about all his ramp and Sam buddies. This phony. This guy, all right, here, listen. Michael Calandria, 35, and his wife Angela, 34, were arrested and charged September 26th following an execution of a search warrant at their Ridge Avenue home, according to a criminal complaint. Both have been charged with knowingly or purposely possessing and with the intent to distribute marijuana in a quantity of more than 25 pounds, knowingly aiding, promoting, financially, or participating in the maintenance or operation of marijuana in the amount of more than 5 pounds in their home, and possession with the intent to distribute drug paraphernalia by having empty black shipping bags, dab vials, heat sealer, and packaging material that would be used to manufacture and conceal a controlled dangerous substance, the complaint states. Wow. So no patient ever has done any of this stuff. I mean, I think I've known 99% of the patients that would have this stuff in their home. Are you kidding me right now? Why do we have these cards? They were also charged with child endangerment. Of course, child endangerment. There's the leverage right there. These sick fucks will take their children and ruin their fucking lives with taking their children away. You know what happens when they take your kids away and put them in foster homes? They fucking die. I've seen it. I've seen it happen. That poor girl, that little blonde girl, they took her away from her parents because they were patients. And guess what? That little girl died, was abused and died in a fucking foster. That's your answer? That's your freaking answer, Zembrowski? Take their kids away? You are sick. Wow. Child endangerment. Wow. For being a cannabis patient. Now you're endangering your child because you're a cannabis patient. Disgusting. Oh, they're going to hear it. We're going to Sayreville. Oh, we're going. Oh, who shared me to Sayreville? Did somebody share me to Sayreville? Good. I hope Zembrowski's listening. Did somebody share me? Because I didn't share it. That's great, though. That's great. We're coming to the council meeting in Sayreville, and we're going to talk about this bullshit. That Zembrowski can go to say everything he wants. And the good chiefs, the good cops who Zembrowski makes the good cops look bad, they're the ones that are fighting for freedom. What is Zembrowski fighting for? Zembrowski is fighting to put black people in chains and cages for a plant. While the other cops that are fighting for freedom that I talk to, I've talked to hundreds of cops. I've talked to dozens of chiefs. And all the chiefs that I've talked to, most of them, want cannabis legalized. It's a joke. But Chief Zembrowski, no, he's paid for by Ramp, he's paid for by Sam, and he can go say what he wants because the other cops that want to say something can't talk about it. Well, I can talk about it. Chief Zembrowski wants to put black people in cages and chains. Again, this is the 2020, Zembrowski, 2020. And you're going to ruin this family's life because of your agenda that is Ramp and Sam? No, you want to continue the Jim Crow of the drug war, the racism. Oh, marijuana makes darkies think they're as good as white men. Do you agree with that, Zembrowski? Because your predecessor said that. Your hero, Harry Anslinger, said that, Zembrowski. Your hero. I'm disgusted right now. Watching his family be ripped apart. I know that family. I know Michael, and he has anxiety already. Before this is you're gonna kill this people. You're gonna kill this family. You're gonna kill them. Zembrowski, you're gonna kill them. Disgusting. So we're gonna have a bunch of patients go to the Sayreville Council and talk about this drug war. And how Zembrowski's fighting this drug war with Ramp and Sam Money. While the good chiefs, the good freedom-fighting, oath-keeping chiefs, can't talk about it. I wish I could tell you the chiefs that I've talked to. They want to smoke weed so bad they can't wait. They can't even take CBD. Cops can't even take CBD. That's ridiculous. Why did I put that in there? Oh, I don't know if Zembrowski's a Christian or not. I don't know. I have no idea. I know there was Christians that used to leave church to go play African Dodger, and they would go take a baseball and throw baseballs at black people's faces, and those are the Christians. Yeah, those are Christians too. So yeah, maybe Zembrowski believes in the Republican Jesus. Not me. I believe in the socialist Jesus, the Jesus that forgives debts. There's a Jesus, actually, that used to live on couches and live on people's homes and was homeless and used to feed people and actually talked about forgiving debts. And the Our Father, he talked about forgiving debts. I'm not kidding. Yeah, if you read Matthew 6, it says right here, Our Father in the heavens, let your name be sanctified. Let your kingdom come. Let your will take place as in heaven, also on earth. Give us today our bread for this day, and forgive us our debts as we also have forgiven our debtors. So, yeah, talk about socialism. Forgiving your debts? Yeah, I know a lot of college kids that need their debts forgiven, and there are certain Republican Jesus followers that don't believe in that. If you follow the Republican Jesus, you don't believe in forgiving those debts. You believe in walls. You believe in all this other stuff. Nah, but the socialist Jesus that I know forgives debts. Forgives a lot of things. He forgives sins and forgives debts. So there you go. Socialist Jesus. I'm all about the socialist Jesus, I guess. I guess I'm a socialist. I never thought I was a socialist, but I guess being a Christian, I'm a socialist. Wow. I'd rather be a socialist than somebody putting black people in chains and cages for a plant. So there's that. This DYFS, I told everybody, film DYFS. Film DYFS. Film everything. Because that's what these cops do. They use, it's evil. It's evil that they will take children and use them against them for leverage to make a deal. To make a deal. I've seen it over and over and over again. This is the ploy. This is how the enemy works. These are not Christian people. These are evil, twisted people that are fighting a racist, sexist drug war, and now they're going against everybody. They just want to make money now. Now it's all about money and putting people in these prisons that are mostly privatized, that are mostly capitalist, because you have the food, Aramark food. You have all there's telephones. Oh, there's so many things to talk about here. So much corruption I've seen. I'm disgusted that a fucking light, to put a light in a crosswalk, is $800,000. Who's doing that? Who's putting lights in for $800,000? Who are these companies that are doing this, that are ripping off the taxpayers? Everything is so corrupt now. We were doing a crosswalk video. I'm going back and forth across Avenue C here in 49th because somebody died. And so far, we've gotten the cops to come twice. And I don't know if they like what I'm doing or not because they try to shut me down. They're saying that it's kind of illegal to cross the street. And I'm like, well, I have the Fifth Amendment right. Here, let's look up the Fifth Amendment. Here, hold on. Let me make a phone call, and I can call someone, and I'll look up the Fifth Amendment. Let me make a phone call. I know there's people online watching, so let me call. Let's see. I call Jay Coffey. I spoke to Jay Coffey. Jay Coffey is very helpful. By the way, Jeff, I spoke to Jay Coffey, and I told him about the situation, and he's going to try to put a one of those strips in to do a traffic survey, traffic study. So I think we're going to do that. Let's see. Oh, shit. Damn it. All right. Well, anyway, I don't have a producer. I have nothing here. If you want to help me, look up Fifth Amendment. Please, somebody put the Fifth Amendment up there. We're allowed to freely travel, walking. We're allowed to walk freely. And on Avenue C here, I can't walk freely. I have cars doing 50 miles an hour that are not paying attention to the stoplight that says stop for me and my Fifth Amendment rights. So I have a Fifth Amendment right to cross that street without being harassed or stopped. And I don't have to stop. The cars have to stop for me. I don't have to stop. So when we're done here, I'm going to go over to Avenue C real quick, just a one-time thing, go down there, do a couple of laps, and come back. And I got stuff to do later. I'm shutting down early today. So, Jeff, I just tried to call you, but this is not the number that I want. I want the other number. The phone number. There it is. This is what we want. Good morning.
Daily fever yet, so that's a good thing.
Your daily fever? What?
Yep, I get it every day. It's like 99.5. And it hits me in the afternoon, usually between 3 and 6 o'clock. It's the strangest thing. One Tylenol takes it away, though, thank goodness. Oh, okay. I'm live, more. So.
Hi, Moore.
Okay.
My coffee, right in the.
All right. There's Jeff Oakes. Jeff Oakes.
Yeah, it's a sad day here in my neighborhood. One of my neighbors, unfortunately, is traveling the same journey that I am, and I see lots and lots of cars in front of their house today. And she also was a cannabis patient.
Wow. I was very upset this week to hear about Eddie Van Halen dying from mouth cancer.
Yes. Yeah. He was certainly a gift to us and an incredible talent, for sure.
Yeah. I used to have book covers, Eddie Van Halen book covers with Jimi Hendrix and Eddie Van Halen.
Yeah, right. I saw your posts. Yeah.
Trapper Keeper, man. I had all that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. He put his heart and soul into his work, that's for sure. No one can deny him that. Amazing.
Couldn't quit those cigarettes, though, man. Kept smoking them cigarettes.
Oh, man, I can't convey how strongly I feel about people that smoke tobacco and their need to cease and to stop it immediately, because it's only going to land you on the road where I am. I quit over 20 years ago, probably. Yeah. talk about things they should ban.
Yeah, let's ban
They
that.
they should ban the sale of tobacco rather than the sales of medical cannabis.
Yeah, whiskey and tobacco.
And I'll get in trouble for this one, but they might as well add alcohol to that too.
Yeah, whiskey. Get rid of whiskey.
Yeah. Imagine what we could do with if we didn't have those two vices.
That's
we could
right.
put in those traffic lights that you're talking about and those crosswalks.
Put them all in chains. All the whiskey drinkers. Put them all in chains and cages.
Yeah, make that the penalty. Take their kids away, right? When they get a DWI, take their kids away.
Let's take your kids away. Every time you get a DUI, you take your kids away for 2 months, for 6 months.
See how they like it.
I can't believe what they're doing to this family in Sayreville. This
It's horrible.
beautiful family that's just helpful.
Yeah, and that was one of the nicest afternoons I had when they invited, the folks from the Be Like Jake organization to come when they opened the restaurant, compassionately opened the restaurant to all the patients.
Yep.
And yeah, Chief Sombrowski, if you're listening, you are one evil bastard. And there are 100,000 of us now, and you're not getting away from us. You're not getting away from me. You may get away from me if I die, but there'll be someone behind me to take my place.
He got away from me. I chased him in a wheelchair. Remember I chased him in a wheelchair that time? He ran away from me. I was in a wheelchair.
Yeah, he's a chicken shit.
He ran away.
Yeah, he took off from the Sayreville meeting.
Yeah.
Whatever it was, a year and a half or 2 years ago, whatever it was, when we were up there, in his, I'm sure, taxpayer provided black SUV, which is one of his little perks. Excuse me, I'm trying to get some warm tea into me.
But he has a black SUV.
I think it was a black SUV. He could not leave the parking lot quick enough.
I didn't think he liked anything black because he puts black things in chains and cages. Maybe he puts his truck in a cage at night.
That's a good point. And and I cruise all their pages. I put you up on the. I couldn't post on the Sayreville PD page.
You put me up there.
I added the video to the comment of the first post that they have up there.
That's great.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
He's an asshole. He'll listen to it. He'll listen to it. And I hope it gets him triggered,
Well, we'll see in a few weeks. We're coming on Sayreville, and
Is that virtual or we can go live?
In person.
It's in person.
In person.
Jesus, God, give me strength to drag my sick ass up there.
Yeah, let's all Uber. Let's Uber up there, and then we can just smoke and then Uber back.
Yeah, and guess what? I'm not dragging my dead ass out to the sidewalk to medicate. I'm doing it right there by the back door where everyone else smokes. They through them.
Unbelievable.
It is. They with all this crap going on with this pandemic, that's what's on his mind, attacking medical patients. It's disgusting.
Well, yeah. He wants to put everyone in cages and chains, especially black people. He wants to, for every one white person, he wants to put 8 black people in a chain and a cage.
And it goes against he goes against everything that Jake's Law and Jake himself, God bless him, that we're about. He puts himself first, like you said. There's not too many other chiefs that are out there trying to change laws using his public position. That's a disgrace.
They're not allowed. Why is he allowed?
If you ask me, the people from Sayreville should demand his exit.
Yeah, let's ask him to resign next week.
Yeah. Say, get out. That's what they need to tell them. Get out. Here's your pension. Get out while you're ahead.
Yeah,
That's what you need to be told.
Here's your golden parachute. Go give it back
Yep.
to Ramp and Sam. Go hang
Yeah.
out with Kevin Sabet and go drink.
He needs to understand that he's a law enforcer and not a lawmaker.
He doesn't know that.
Oh, he's lost.
He's
lost. He's already lost, Lefty. He has no idea that he's already lost.
But now he's losing respect of the citizens because
He's definitely losing respect of the almost 100,000 patients in the program and all their family.
Yeah.
So why don't we just call it an even 500,000 people?
Yeah.
That's what you're after, Chief Zembrowski. That's what you're going to get. You're going to get the anger from 500,000 people. Think on that a little bit, Chief.
And your buddy Reed for Madness won't be there to back you up this time.
Yeah, I see them. I see them all coming out of the woodwork. Sabet was on News 12, spreading his fear and rhetoric about marijuana. Excuse me, cannabis. I get stuck sometimes because I speak to them, or respond to them, and you have to respond to them using their terminology to lower yourself to their levels. You have to sometimes call it marijuana.
Right.
But yeah, for anybody that's new to this show, it's not marijuana, it's cannabis. That's the proper name. And it's, as you've pointed out a million times, it's in the Bible. It's our plant. And, if you are a Christian, Zembrowski thinks he's above God by denying us access. And that's just a fact. No one can argue it if you follow what's in that book. Shameful. So how are you feeling today? I know you've been busy. I tried reaching out to you yesterday, but I guess you had a lot of shit going on that I can't imagine. You're like friggin' Superman. I've told you before. I think there's two of you.
I went to Nature's Care and Wellness in Maryland. Saw Joey, and I watched Tracy and Austin get baptized at the church that's there. Nature's Care and Wellness. So that was fun. I had a good time down there. So the pastor says you can smoke cannabis in church. The bigger the cloud, the bigger the prayer.
There you go.
I said, I'm all in. I'm all in.
I can go to that church.
I like that church, man.
Yeah, I actually had my cannabis blessed a few years ago. One of our friends graduated from Fordham University up in the city, and the church there was just incredible. It's such a beautiful place. And when the wedding was over, it was just the priest. And I mean, it's huge. It's a cavernous room that probably could hold 500 people. And him and I were the only ones in the church. And I approached him. I showed him what it was, and he had no problem blessing it. None at all. So, and he's a Catholic priest. So all you Catholics out there, drop your stigma on cannabis, because your priests don't have that stigma.
That's right. That's the recipe for anointing oil is like a pound of hashish.
Yeah, we need these things. We need full access to what is on this planet. It's our right. And like you say, these are mostly Republicans who want to take it away and control it. Even when there's people like myself that are suffering from cancer, they're okay with my suffering. It's pathetic. I'm probably one of the few patients, I'm sure there's more now, but I'm one of the few patients that have an unlimited monthly amount. And I would just like to say to these legislators, excuse me, but how in the fuck am I supposed to pay for that? It's disgusting. And their behavior is disgusting. And on top of it, they're down in Washington in the Supreme Court trying to take health care away or access to health care away from, I guess, upwards of 20 million or more people in the middle of a pandemic. So, yeah, I hate to vote politics or talk politics, but if you vote a Republican ticket, that's what you're going to see. You're going to see people that are very ill, people that come down with COVID, that are going to get turned away from the hospital. And they're going to literally die in the street because they've lost their jobs, they've lost their income. It's time to help one another, not put one another down. And I know my situation. I'm leaving this place, but I feel sorry for everyone that has to stay behind and experience this crap that they've made this into. Interestingly enough, I know most people will know the history behind the standoff with the fellow Clive Bundy. Well, apparently his son Eamon Bundy is a very serious anti-masker, and he has quite the following. And I've been on his page fighting with his morons. For the last 24 hours, pretty much. And I would ask that anyone that is disabled, that has underlying conditions, that depends on other people to keep them safe, to go visit his page and let him know that it's not okay for him to run around without a mask, regardless of the situation. You want to take your mask off, get in your car, go home, or, He was partially correct in that he was. What happened was he got turned away at the gate of his son's football game. Apparently, it was not a public school because the cop in the video mentioned trespassing. So you really can't trespass, I don't think, or be charged with it on public school property. But I think if he was black, I think it would have been a different story. But since he's white, he gets a platform. And it's a disgusting platform where he encourages people not to look after one another, but to be belligerent and not wear a mask. And that's atrocious. And that these people are the reason why all of us collectively are going to continue to suffer with this pandemic. And then there's obviously, everyone knows, is a huge pressure coming from the anti-vax community, and that's going to be problematic. But anyone that has followed, a little bit of biology, a little bit of science, knows that our researchers have been kicking the ball down the road with antibiotics for years. And, it's no secret that they say this can't last forever because the organisms that get into our body that are foreign we're just going to run out of options sooner or later. And I actually, Scott Gianetti put up a post there today, and I commented on his post that what most people don't understand is this, call it what you want, this stupid little silly virus could possibly be capable of wiping us humans, from the faces of this earth. And that process may have already started to happen. And the thing is, reasonably, people think that the end of our time on this planet is going to be something noticeable and catastrophic at the moment. And that may not be the case. We may have entered into it already, into something that is irreversible.
I think so.
Yeah, sadly.
We're past the tipping point.
I almost feel guilty because I know I'm out of here. I know I'm out of here. I'm out of options pretty much. So my thoughts and prayers are to the people that are left that have to deal with it. It's very sad.
I don't know the answer, Jeff. I just know.
That's what I wrote to Scott Gianetti. I said, I don't pretend to have the answers, and it's
pressure. Put pressure on these people. Pressure.
Well, yeah, that will help. That will help for sure. But these displays of ignorance, one was Trump standing out on his balcony at the White House, ripping his mask off.
He looked like Mussolini. He reminded me of Mussolini when he did that.
Yes, that was a message to all his twisted, racist, white supremacist supporters, which unfortunately, sadly enough, many of us have them in our family, people that we've known all our lives, people that we've loved. And then it's a surprise, or certainly was a surprise to me, that people would be that ignorant not to understand that when you vote for this man, you're voting to take health care away from your loved ones and your extended family members and friends. And like I say, I don't have to live with it, but some people will have to live with it. And I hope everyone that's left here, finds a way to get past, and that they can all heal and be back to what we all called normal. So, but it's very, very sad. Very, very sad. But I'm going to get off the phone, Lefty.
Wait, hang on. We got something here. I have a ballot from Larry Grimes. I have a mail-in ballot. I have turned Larry in every year. I get these ballots. I turn him in to the Jersey City Department of Elections, and I still get them. I still get Larry Grimes' ballot in my mailbox. So we're going to open it up, and I want you to help me vote for this. Here, you fill out the ballot for me, Jeff. Let's vote today. Help me vote.
Okay.
All right, I just opened it up. All right, here we go. All right, Larry Grimes is the envelope. This is all right, here we go. Here's the actual thing. Let's open it up. All right, Jeff. Who do we want? Let's see. Here, take a look at this, everybody. Can you see this? This might not work.
And to add to that, the irony of all this, Lefty, is that I got my ballot like three or 4 days ago, and as soon as I got it, I filled it out and dropped it in the drop box at Eatontown, and it won't be tallied till election day, and I might have voted as a dead man. And so I kind of I kind of found that as a little joke. But for me, I think what you have there, that paper ballot, I don't think anyone's going to. You having one ballot that you weren't supposed to get is not going to change things immensely.
Okay, I have two.
Piles and piles of them.
Jeff, I have two. I have Betty Grimes and I have Betty Grimes. Larry and Betty Grimes. I have two ballots.
Well, there's probably a Larry and Betty Grimes out there that are wondering where their ballot is.
No, these are fake people. These are fake people. Somebody's been doing this for years, and it's a fraud. So what we have to do with the ballot is flip the script. We have to flip it. At question one, we vote yes.
Oh, of course.
We vote yes.
The ballot.
So
remind everyone listening to spread the word that you got to flip that ballot over to find that public question on legalization.
So who do I cross out here? So I'm going to cross out, let's see, Trump and Pence. We want to cross them out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cross them out. We don't want them. How about Biden-Harris? Do I cross them out?
For me, I voted for them.
I'm crossing them out.
Okay. I know there's
Bill Hammonds.
Other people on that line. Howie Hawkins.
Oh, yeah, I want him. Where's Howie? I want him.
Yeah. But the fact of the matter is I'm not voting for people. I'm voting for
cannabis,
a platform, so to speak.
I'm voting for cannabis.
And I'm familiar with Howie's platform, Howie. But some of these people run, I believe, only to steal votes away from legitimate candidates.
Biden, and I voted for Howie. Larry Grimes is voting for Howie Hawkins.
Sweet.
There you go. I'll play your game. I turned these guys in a million times. I made videos about it. They keep sending them to me, so you know what? Now I'm going to use it. I'm sending this in. I'm mailing in Larry Grimes' vote. I'm mailing it in. Fraud. I'm taking part in fraud now. Here we go. This is our system right here. Our system of shit. This is why it's corrupt. This is crap. Terrible. Terrible.
Yeah. There's millions of us here. There's no way that there's going to be a degree of mistakes. You know, to call it fraudulent, I don't think that's the case. I think it's the administrative effort that goes into getting these things out is huge. And the people that are up to this or are tasked to do it, they're just humans like we are. They occasionally make mistakes. But the potential for fraud is there, obviously.
That's terrific.
But those two ballots that you have there, they're not going to change how our electors in New Jersey vote. They're really not, you know. And if you don't think our system is corrupt, Donald Trump, I'm sure you heard this, he wants to go in to each individual state and appoint electors of their choosing. It's the state's rights to choose their electors. And now Donald Trump wants to send Trumpsters in every state to be electors. He's never going to get away with it. But this is as desperate for power that these people are. And I shouldn't even say power. Well, let's call it power and money. And like you can remind everybody, Jesus was poor.
Socialist. Socialist Jesus.
Yeah. I mean, you know.
Couch Jesus. I like the couch Jesus.
Chasing Chief Zembrowski at the council meeting. We should find out where he goes to church and sit next to him, see how he reacts.
There's a lot of church people that are pretty much Republican Jesus, and they're all. I've talked to church people that think that we gave people, black people, a better life by taking them here from Africa.
Oh, that's the most disgusting racist comment that you hear out there.
These are
one of them.
church people. I'm like, are you kidding me? I can't. It's all political. Everything's politicized. You politicize Jesus. Jesus has become politicized. That's it. We're in end times. We're in the apocalypse, Jeff.
We very well may be. The idea that, these people are violent, the Black Lives Matter people are violent, they're not too many generations away from slavery. And quite frankly, I've spent the last, a good portion of yesterday looking at pictures back from photos back from the early, 1920s and 25, from stuff that my mother had that when she passed away. We have all the photos, and I forgot what I was getting to.
There was probably a lot of tchotchkes back then were racist. A lot of pictures were racist, and you didn't even think about it. Even food that they sold, like the syrup.
My father's uncle, when he passed away, we went and cleared his house out of all his stuff, and we found the original title for the house.
Oh.
In the title, it said that, and he agreed to it in the title, that he would never sell his house to a black person. And when everybody read it, they were like, holy shit. Yeah. How crazy is that? Yeah. And here we are over 100 years later, and we're still arguing over it. I say to these people that have a problem with these statues being torn down in a lot of these cities and towns, number one, it's none of your freaking business because you don't live there and you don't pay taxes. So they can do whatever they want with their tax money. If it means pulling down a statue of Robert E. Lee, well, that's what it is. And these Trump supporters with the rebel flags, why don't we just put up statues of Saddam Hussein? Because these folks that bought our government in Washington, they were enemies of the people. They took up arms against us, against the government.
Those statues should never have went up in the first place.
Well, ironically, if you go down the list of those statues, and I swear, the most naive people think like those statues went up like right after the Civil War. Some of them went up like in 1940, 1950. And if you follow the history on it, a lot of them were erected during times of crisis where there was rioting and there was other stuff going on, Rosa Parks and, excuse me for forgetting, is Martin Luther King. When they addressed the government, for awareness to their plight, these people responded by putting up a statue, a statue of a white person who were slave owners. I don't know if Robert E. Lee was, but I'd have to go back through the list. But many of the founding fathers were slave owners. And that's the real history of our country. But we have the whitewashed version. And now there's teachers who are very aware, and they support the Black Lives Matter movement. They're actually being shown the door into public schools because they're trying to teach the real version of what happened. And it's pretty damn disgusting.
Jefferson was a rapist. A slave can't give consent, especially a minor.
Lefty, my friend, I'm getting a little winded.
I'm sorry, Jeff. I had myself muted. I just wanted to say that Jefferson was a rapist. He raped a slave girl because a slave can't give consent, and a minor certainly can't give consent. Although times were different back then, but still, a little slave girl was raped, and that's all. It's all good. Let's put a monument up to this guy. It's all good because he,
most of the atrocities we will never know because they were not documented.
Right.
You know?
Exactly.
And I can't remember the gentleman's name. He does work with the ACLU, and I think it was one of those TEDx videos that he presented. He presented the real history, and he addressed. Black, what is perceived as black violence, and why the black community is so angry. And I understand it because I've studied it now. I see it. I'd be pissed off. That's what I was getting to before. I would be pissed if I knew that my great grandfather was persecuted. I'd still be pissed off. So I can understand them. Because they're still being treated the same way. We try to hide it in our system, but it's there. It's there, and the prime example, of course, is the one that you make constantly, and most in our community, the cannabis community, understand that it's 3-1. There's no social justice here. 3-1. They were supposed to fix the social justice last year, because they all recognized it. At least that's what they claimed. The Republicans and the Democrats in the New Jersey legislation, in the New Jersey Senate and stuff. So they were supposed to fix it. So somehow they were okay with this going on for, whatever it is, another year. And our friends at Nunzio's have now become victims of the same approach. White people don't like when they get arrested for cannabis. I can relate to how black people must feel, because the racism at times keeps them from jobs, keeps them from earning a competitive salary. They're many times looked down upon if they're out in the street in their communities. I get it. I totally get it.
And Chief Zembrowski doesn't represent all the cops. There's a lot of good cops out there. It's just the bad ones.
Chief Zembrowski, if you're listening, you are a jackass. There's no other way around it. Who the hell goes around taking pot shots at cancer patients? He is one twisted dude. Let me tell you that.
Disgusting. He's paid for.
Yeah. I'd love to see that money trail. What does he get? A condo, a timeshare somewhere?
Yeah, with Sabet. He's got to share it with Sabet, though.
Yeah.
You got to walk in the bathroom after Sabet takes a dump.
Well, we know how that ramp organization likes to watch people in the men's room.
Yeah, they followed me in one time.
So who are the weirdos? That was another fond memory that I have. That night was hilarious. And for anyone that doesn't know what we're talking about, I think we were up in Hunterdon County, and it was a high school, and we were in the auditorium, and Mayor Reed for Madness. Sabet wasn't there for that one, I don't believe. But the whole, they were pushing their stigma like crazy. And you and I were sitting in kind of like the middle aisle that kind of goes around in a semicircle around the auditorium. And when we glance to the left, we see like 2 or 3 state police come in with the drug dogs. And we were like, oh, shit, the drug dogs are going to pick us off.
They kept sniffing at me.
I was so hoping those dogs came up and sniffed us. And then that was another time. That was my third experience at getting confronted and almost assaulted. But I got attacked. There was a guy there that got in my face and pointed right in my face. And here I am using a friggin' walker. I can't hardly defend myself. And thank good Mike V was there that he put his hand up between the two of us and he didn't push the guy back, but the guy realized he was getting out of line, thanks to Mike. So, that's how angry these people are over a goddamn plant. And, the agenda they push, we're going to have a huge influx and increase in deaths because of cannabis. Well, it's funny that they're not out. Where's Mayor Reed and Chief Zembrowski and Kevin Sabet? Where are they when we're trying to fight the opioid crisis? They're not out there.
No.
No. They could care less. They could care less about cannabis patients, and they could care less about people that are addicted to opioids.
They make a lot of money putting black people in chains and cages.
Oh, hell yeah. And they all profit from it. The town profits from it. The judges profit from it. The addiction service people profit from it. I pointed that out to Mayor Reed when I was down in Point Pleasant Beach, that, and we had all been out to the committee meeting when Jake's Law was passed out of committee, and all the players were there. There was no secret. They were all there for their money. They were there for their money, to protect their money, And the only thing we were there for is just to, tell them we want to be left alone, and we would just like to treat our disease or diseases and disabilities in the way that we choose. We're not criminals. We're not evil people. We're not out to hurt anybody. We're not going to go share our medicine with a 9 or 10-year-old kid. Those assertions are offensive to me, and I know they're offensive to every other patient, because it just doesn't go on. I know it doesn't. Who the hell shares their $500 an ounce weed from New Jersey dispensaries, with some little kid that's coming past their house or hanging out in the park?
Hey, kid, come here. I got something for you. Here, the first one's free.
Yeah, right? Yeah. And then Kevin Sabet. I had a conversation with Kevin Sabet. Knew who Kevin Sabet was up in Middlesex County College.
Stop saying that name.
What's that?
Don't say that name.
Kevin Sabet. But he calls himself a doctor, and I knew better than him. Because he came up to me because he was pissed off. I got up and I spoke about the positive effects of cannabis. I'm sorry. How about Kevin? Well, Kev. How about if we call him Kev? Is that okay? So Kev got in an argument with me and tried to point out to me that, oh yeah, we have CB1 receptors and CB2 receptors, And by the way, we have opioid receptors too. Does that mean because we have opioid receptors that we should flood them as well? And I was like, you flipping idiot. He's no doctor. The dude's uneducated. I'm educated. I know about opioids. I know about cannabis. And the fact is, why cannabis is so effective and it's a wonderful alternative is that when it enters into your the cells all over your body and your brain and in your organs, that you don't need to up your dose for it. That's what's really magical. So you can smoke if you have chronic pain, you can smoke one joint a day for 20 years, and you'll still get the same pain relief that you did the first day. Now, when you access an opioid receptor, over time, it takes more opioids to get to the dopamine, which is really what you're looking for. Dopamine is the thing that makes you feel better. It takes more opioids to get that dopamine out of or through the opioid receptor, and that does not exist with the CB1 and the CB2 receptor. And that's why cannabis makes you feel good. But our government, like when people use cannabis for the first time or occasionally, they say it causes anxiety. The anxiety mostly, in many cases, comes from the idea that you're possibly doing something illegal, which is another, my battery's getting low. Let me plug you in here a little bit, give you some juice.
I am the law.
And this might be Donna.
Oh. Hey, Lefty.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
I got to dump you here because I'm getting a phone call from my doctor.
How are you?
Doctor's office, so I'll catch up with you soon.
Okay? Now say it.
You're going to be okay.
I'm trying, brother. I'm trying. I got some work to do. I got some time left. I'm doing what I can for my bed. So
Let's get together and get really stoned and watch some people beat each other up.
yeah. All right, my friend. Good luck, and I love you, brother. Thanks.
Love you, man. Peace, brother. I'm not hanging up on Jeff today for some reason. Why didn't I hang up on him? I usually hang up on him. It's funny. It's funny when I do that. I stink. Yeah, I get the toilet. I finally put the toilet in. Down the drain. Finally fixed the toilet here at the bunker. Needed that. That was a mess.
Ain't happening, man. This can't be happening, man. This isn't happening. Great. That's just fucking great, man. Now what the fuck are we supposed to do? We're some real pretty shit now, man. That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
I love that. Oh, that's good stuff. All right. Let me clear this. All right. That was Jeff Oakes. I love Jeff Oakes. He's great. He's out there starting shit with people again. I love it. He's friends with our friend Jay Coffey. I talked to Jay Coffey the other day about the wheelchair issue, and he's going to help out. And we got Sergeant Conti's going to help out. I talked to him, and he told me that the traffic lights in Bayonne are 300,000. I saw online they're like 800,000. So it's anywhere between 3 and 800,000, and that's how they get us, these taxpayers. As taxpayers, we get screwed. Anyway, this coming October at the State House, we're having Ann Armstrong from the Healing Church. She's going to be anointing the sick. She's coming to anoint the sick. So if you're sick, come get anointed with some real anointing oil from the Healing Church. We're going to have we may have a food truck. We're going to have food. We're going to have some kind of food, either pizza or a food truck available for that day. And we're working on getting an LED truck. We're working on it with some signage, some LED signage, which is really cool. We are a 501c3 now. Yes, that's right. Sativa Cross is now a 501c3. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, you congratulate yourself. It was a lot of hard work. Everybody worked really hard to get here, and thank you. Thank you all for helping and getting there. It wasn't easy, and we got there. So we are now a tax-deductible organization. We can do a lot more with our funding and with our donations and be more helpful. So we have events coming up this winter, this fall, this winter, and this spring. I can't give you much details yet, but there's going to be some big events coming up. You'll see. And the State House on the 22nd is going to be one of them. That's a huge one we can talk about because Ann Armstrong will be there. There'll be a bunch of people there. Hopefully there'll be another anti-vax Trumper rally there because that was great. We had a lot of traffic from that. Anti-vaxxers tend to be cannabis enthusiasts or supporters. And a lot of Trumpers. You'd be surprised how many Trumpers are cannabis users. So I don't know. It's a very, very strange issue for both sides because cannabis incorporates so many different people. So, yeah, it's a lot of fights start. That's why a lot of patients are fighting because they all get stoned, but then they talk politics, and it's like, we hate each other now. Well, what happened to one love? That's why most hippies are like, liberal. I think I'm way more liberal than Oh, shoot. Hi, you're on the air with Sativa Cross. How are you? I didn't think so. Oh, I didn't think so. What happened here? I don't have a photo for this guy. I'm cold calling this guy. This is a cold call. He has no idea I'm calling him.
Reached the voicemail box of
Hurtful.
That's terrific. That's terrific. That's terrific. That's terrific.
Hello, you're on the air.
Yes, good afternoon. Lefty?
Hello, William Haney. How are you?
I'm not too bad. I'm hanging in there. I'm going round and round right now with International Blue Cross, with Blue Cross and Blue Shield. So I got a situation going on. They were going to provide me with some home care. As of Monday, I had a phone call because I had to see the doctor last Tuesday to get the authorization. So I got a phone call on Monday, and they didn't tell me the name of the outfit. All they said was, call this number and schedule. What? Schedule with who? With what? You never called to give me that information professionally.
Do this now.
And that's what they should have done, and they didn't do it. And I ended up calling back because I got a phone call from my son. And he told me to call that number. I called that number, and it was the next day. And the woman answered the phone, and she said, Mr. Haney, I'm talking to Katie. She's going to be your nurse. She's going to come over and see you. She says, give me a call, because I'm going to call Katie, and then we can straighten out all the details. I said, that would be fine. I called back. The woman answers the phone. I called back in about a half hour. I called back, and the woman answers the phone, and she says, what's your name and birthday?
That's terrific.
I'm like, huh? They didn't even answer the phone with the professional protocol of we are blah, blah, blah. And they didn't do it. And it got very, very ugly, and the time was lost. So You know, like I was telling him, I said, here's how it kind of works. Once you open the wrapper of a taffy, you cannot put the taffy back inside the wrapper. That was my analogy from last time.
That's terrific.
You know what I mean? So anyway, other than that,
Wait, what did you just say? Once you open the taffy wrapper, wait, the taffy? Wait.
once you open a taffy wrapper, you cannot put the taffy back inside the wrapper.
Well, yes, you can.
No, not the way it was when you opened it.
You can fix it, make it better.
Well, then how are you going to do that when you lose time?
William.
Explain that one to me, sir.
William, this is taffy.
That is your biggest commodity.
Taffy!
Sir, that is your biggest commodity. It's time. And when they like to waste it, they're screwing you. I mean, if you don't see it that way, that's fine.
I like taffy. I love.
I mean, that was the analogy. I could have used another analogy, and then maybe I'll do that in the future because you're the kind of guy that, like, you know, oh, it provides, I'll figure it out. And I do the same thing, but when it comes to time, it's lost. You're not getting it back. And then you find yourself sometimes in life chasing that clock to try to get that time back, and you don't even know it.
That's terrific.
The games we play. We play some pretty screwed up games within ourselves, quite frankly. And for whatever reason, a lot of us don't get it. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, so that's what's going on. My granddaughter just got busted smoking weed.
Shut
She
up!
was in her car. The car broke down. She called for road service. They were coming to get her, so she was sitting there waiting. So she decided to fire one up. So she fired one up, and the next thing you know, a cop stopped it, tapping on her window. Doop, 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 doop. So she's going to have to go to court for that. So anyway, I was talking to her, and I was like, listen, I said, here's what's going on, Madeline. I'm going to turn everything over to you. All products that I have created, that I'm putting together, they're going to be yours.
Thing.
So she wants to do that. So I'm happy.
Nothing. You lose. Good day,
So,
sir.
you know, we're talking about, you know, creating a sales team, blah, 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 you know, and all that, so.
I know a thing or two about a thing or two. I got
And we're
friends in
doing
this
the
town.
game
They tell me.
bilingual, so, you know, there's a lot of things going on, and it's not going to be happening overnight. And we're going to be going into 2021, and everything won't be back to the way it was.
Who is your daddy, and what does he do?
Well, maybe 22, 23. We could be adding more people because 2021 is going to be a nightmare. It's going to be a holdover from 2020. And then I gotta make a appointment with the eye doctor for my annual eye exam for diabetes. What does diabetes go after? Goes after your feet, goes after your eyes, goes after whatever it can.
See.
You know, they have no way to fix that problem and take care of it. So other than that, how are you and what's going on?
Shut up! Shut up!
Who is your daddy, and what does he do?
Hello, are you there?
I'm right here.
Okay, what's going on?
You got me. You got me twisted on this taffy. I'm twisted up on the taffy. What? You get it? You get it? Why do you talk about taffy? Now I want taffy. I can't get past that.
That's funny.
I have OCD. Now I'm stuck back here. I couldn't move forward after you said taffy. I couldn't.
No, I'm sorry. I should let you go, and then you can hang up on me.
Oh, I'm not hanging up on you. This is.
And then we'll talk another time.
No. This is too good, William.
Okay, so anyway, you're now officially a 501c3. Congratulations.
You didn't say that yesterday. I was so mad at you yesterday because you didn't read that paperwork, and you were calling us.
I was still caught Sativa Cross LLC, Goods and Services, Profit Company. I still remember that. I don't know if I could do any of my company. I don't know if I could do my company, a 501c3 in the state of Pennsylvania. I might have to create a 501c3 for my mom in the state of Pennsylvania.
Fucking idiot.
But I'll talk to Frank Taney about that.
William, can I promote something for you, like your website? Do you have a website or something we can talk about, like your book?
Yeah, well, here's what's going to be. Any website that's going on right now is it has the American flags on it, and that there's not much going on with that.
How about the book from?
I kind of like shut everything down to redo.
The book. I love this book, From Caesar to Me. I love it. I'm going to give one away. I'm going to give one away on the 22nd.
Okay.
Yes.
But anyway, yeah. So I have to redo her book and get it back out there. That's got to get done, and some website work has to be done. I got a lot of work going on. A few $1,000 worth, quite frankly. And we're not even talking the artwork for the products. We're just talking about some other things that need to be done.
So you have nothing to promote? No website? No website, William? Nothing. I can't promote nothing today? Come on. Website? Nothing?
I'm sorry?
You don't have a website? Come on.
MedicalFreedom.com is available, and it has flags on it.
Yeah, medical-freedom.com.
The book is down because the book has to be redone.
Don't do the book. Let's just sell the book. Let's give it away. Let's sell it. Let's get the information out there. Let's do it.
Well, go ahead. There's not much I can do here, stuck in the house. You know what I mean? So that's the other side of it. And editing still has to get done. Blah 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 blah. I don't need no bullshit from somebody else down the road.
I am the law.
Down the road.
I got a dick hung on.
It's not healthy for me.
There's my thing.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to doing physical therapy tomorrow, big time.
Shut up! Shut up!
Who is your daddy and what
So
does
other
he
than
do?
that, yeah, I'd like to talk to you off the air.
We did yesterday. We talked yesterday.
I'd like to run it by you.
I told you yesterday to call in, and I was going to mess with you today on the phone.
No, you told me yesterday you were going to call me.
I'm glad you called me because I was going to call you.
Because I sat there. No, I've been watching the show, and I'm sitting there, watching you going through what you're going through, and I'm sitting there going, "Oh my God!" I said, he forgot that he was supposed to call me. So then I waited till Jeff got off the phone, and then I waited until I could have the opportunity to call.
Shut up! Shut up!
Patiently. You know what I mean?
Answered immediately.
But yeah, there's a lot going on. There really is. You got your plate full. I got my plate full. A lot of people have their plate full. But yeah, I want to move the books forward. I really, really do. It's been a interesting situation, actually. But yeah, the people need to have the right information in the book. Mom's book is fine. I just need to make a few changes.
No changes.
And then,
changes.
Put it together to try to go back into print.
No changes. Just do it. It's fine. It's fine.
You know what I mean?
You don't need to make changes. Whatever. Don't listen to me. I'm a nut.
I'm sorry?
Don't listen to me.
I hear you.
Huh?
Huh?
Oh, you're lucky I have my samples not ready. Oh.
You tickle the shit. You tickle me.
You're so lucky that I was not ready for this.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Who is your daddy?
Trust me, everything's gonna work
Shut
out.
up! Shut up! Shut up!
God's got the
Shut up!
plan.
Shut up! Shut
And
up!
I'm in God's
Shut up!
plan.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
And,
Shut up!
he's making me
Shut
have
up!
patience.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
A trait I don't own.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
But
Shut
yeah,
up!
come the end
Shut
of
up!
the day,
Shut up! Shut
you know,
up!
it's all good.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Can you hear that?
I just heard something that sounded like a duck.
It sounded like a duck.
What made you laugh? That was a good one.
I told you we were going to have fun today. We're not going to be serious. So when you listen back, you'll see what I mean. Did you see the fly? Did you see the friggin' fly in Pence's hair last night? It looked like a fly in poop. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. We're out of here. Thank you, William. We love you, buddy. You're the best. All right. William Haney, ladies and gentlemen. He's awesome. Entrepreneur. Medical-freedom.com. I want to thank CMMNJ, all the years of supporting us as a 501c3. Now we're a 501c3, and we're not in competition with them. We do a lot of different things than CMMNJ. CMMNJ is more of an informational group, more of a lobbyist group. We have become more of a patient-focused group. We're doing wheelchair access. You know the stuff we do, homeless outreach. We go get cannabis back from towns that take patients' cannabis. We're out there in the trenches fighting for your rights. So you can donate to Sativa Cross. It's tax deductible. I'm loving this. This is great. A lot of hard work went into this, and I'm proud of all the people that took part and helped. Thank you. So SativaCross.com, MagicalButter.com, UFCW Local 152. That is Hugh Giordano. This is great. Oh, hurtful. I think I need a new mic stand. I think that's on the list. You're looking for an awesome job in the cannabis industry. You're looking for better benefits, wages, training. Call Hugh Giordano from the UFCW and get unionized. Get the UFCW into your corporation and get unionized. We want safe workers. We want healthy workers, and the unions will help to do that. Contact Hugh Giordano at the UFCW Local 152. You can reach him at 609. Wow, it's really small. 680-5718 or hgiordano at ufcwlocal152.org. He's easy to find. He's very helpful. Very, very fun guy. Really cool. Hugh is the best. I can't tell you how much I love that guy and how helpful he's been to us and patients. All the patients owe him a debt of gratitude for fighting for their rights. He's out there fighting for patients' rights. So thank you, Hugh Giordano. DavidVersusAutism.org, medical-freedom.com, thefallingsickness.com, NewJerseyWeedman.com, LetPatientsGrowNewJersey.com, New Jersey. Oh, I'm not doing that no more. JacksonStorms.com, Arlo Glass, OprahMachine.com, Pure Puff Lifestyle Shop, pop, 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 DragonFlyHealthCenter.com, Sativa Cross West. Let's see. Our phones are not working today. We'll try it again one last time, but I'm not having much luck here. Okay. All right. Let's. Okay. That's super loud.
leave your message for 5.
Really? I thought you knew we were doing this today. I guess not. Well. Switch these around here. I don't think she's going to come on, no. I guess she didn't hear it. Oh, anyway. Our list for today. This is a very hurtful list. This is wow. This is Cheryl Miller. I don't usually put this picture up, but I don't have the other one, and this is actually a really good picture of Cheryl Miller. Cheryl is a matriarch of the cannabis movement here in New Jersey. We would not have medical cannabis without Cheryl. So thank you, Cheryl Miller. Sabina Rose. Diane Ripatella. Marie. William's mom. It's Joan. Randy Robertson. Polly Connolly. Bill Buckman. Chad. Jeremy. Troy. This is Tony's friend. I believe Troy had cancer. This is Russ Perry, my friend from Bell Labs. Roger Barber. Jay Arletto. Who are you going to roll with? Ella Bagelman. Hattie Koshel. Jake the Tank. Armando. Lynn. Sean. Joyce. Lori. Brian. Thorne Peters. Frank. And his sister Lorraine. Terry. Charlotte. Cher. Jay Bird. Marley Sheen. Michael Dillon. Give 10% to someone who really needs it. $10% of your time, a phone call, 10% of your money, 10% of your weed. Help somebody out. God put you here for a reason. Show him that you respect him and that you want to do whatever it is God put you here to do and help other people. Help people in wheelchairs, because someday you'll be in a wheelchair and someone may be there to help you. The more people we set in motion to be helpful, the more helpful our society is going to be. But we're not going to be a helpful society if we're not helpful people on a local level, on a one-on-one level. So we need to be helpful to each and every person that we see. Even the people we don't like, you can still be nice and be helpful, or just not be hurtful. Just don't be hurtful. Hashtag They Shall Grow. Hashtag Vote Cannabis 2020. VoteCannabis2020.com. And again, 2 weeks we'll be at the State House. I'm looking forward to that one. Oh, I'm sorry, John. I didn't see this. Speaking of books, an old photo of John Small was used on a French novel that was just released yesterday. Well, John, where is this picture? And where's this accompanying song, more importantly? Where's the song? Oh, I missed all these. Oh, geez, I missed a lot of these. Sorry, I missed a lot of these chats here. Oh, man. John, put the song up. Just put the picture up. You could just put a link up. I want to see this picture. John Small. Really? Go ahead, John. I'll do a musical number while I'm waiting for you. Go ahead. I'll wait. John, I hope you're listening. I'm waiting for you. The show has stopped for John Small, everybody. Just so everybody knows. Oh, that's so loud. We have stopped the show for John Small. go. You can't get no weed here. 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 Keep your wheelchairs home, dear. You can't get no weed. Chester, Franklin Lakes, Harding, Midland Park, Mansfield, Old Bridge, Oldham, Ramsey, Danville, Avalon, Parsippany, Pleasantville, Saddlebrook, Brickett. You just sit down. You can't get no weed here. 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 Keep your patchouli home, you damn hippie. You can't get no weed here. You can't get no weed. Okay, that's enough of that. I'm waiting for John Small, and now that we waited, we got our phone call. Hello there. How are you? Hello. I can't hear you.
Oh, probably because I muted myself. Look at me. And how are you?
I'm just lovely. I'm trying to find your picture.
Oh, it better be a good one.
There it is.
Don't make me come over there.
There it is.
Don't make me come over there.
I had to call you twice. You didn't pick up, so you get the shitty picture. The shitty one. You get it? You get it? That's funny.
You did not call me twice. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? You fucking jerk. Seriously? I gotta take a picture of this. That's, wow. All right. That's like
don't act like you're upset. Don't act upset. You're posing. Look, you're on the toilet posing for this picture. Come on. Give us a break.
I was posing for that picture.
You're
It's pretty hot. Corona, it's extreme corona conditions right now. Don't make fun of me.
That's great.
Why do you got to use that picture?
I couldn't find it anymore.
Wow, you know what? I got a picture with toilet paper coming out your pants.
Oh, yeah, prove it.
Oh, yeah? Okay. I will post it later on Facebook.
All right, it's time to go.
Yeah. You're funny.
It is time to go. I have to go.
Oh, it really is time?
I'm glad you called. But, yeah, talk about, I already said Michael's name, but I want you to talk about Michael because he's one of the reasons why we do this. This
right. And it's why I don't answer the phone and then come back later. Yes. Well, the reason why I am doing what I do today is because of my son, Michael Dillon, who passed away March 5th, 2015, from epilepsy. He had a seizure and hit his head one last time and never came back from that. And that, watching my son die in ICU for 3 years has changed my whole life. I've had my ups and downs, but with being a cannabis activist and being on this podcast and going to the different council meetings and doing the different things that we do has helped me been able to get up each day and not just lay in bed and feel sorry for myself because I lost my son. Because cannabis does save lives. And, his dad and I, we grew. Yeah, we can grow in Oregon. Sorry, Jersey. But you're next. You guys, it's just right there. It's so close for you guys because, you know what? This plant does save lives. And so he didn't have seizures for a long time because we made him RSO, Rick Simpson oil, or FECO. But once he stopped doing that and going back on pharmaceuticals, he wouldn't have seizures for a while, and then he would have them again because his body became intolerant to it, just like every other fucking pharmaceutical that he would take. And he didn't like the side effects. So he's not here today, but he is here today in our hearts. and our thoughts and our prayers to help us to help other people who are sick and dying, so they don't have to go through what I went through and seeing their son die. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to tell my story. So, we call cannabis medicine, but it's not at medical prices. So the people who need this medicine or are on this medicine can't afford it. So please, that's a much better picture. Thank you. And so, give 10% to someone in need, because people who are sick and dying are probably sick and dying and they're not able to go to work. They probably can't even get out of their bed. Some of them probably can't even feed themselves. They're in a wheelchair, I like that picture. I am not Jim, but, give 10% to someone in need, whether it's, however you can, just give to someone in need, help them with their struggle, help them to be happy, help their families and loved ones not to lose them, because, that is something that I don't wish on anyone. I don't wish that on anyone. So I keep on striving to be a better person and to help others, because I know how it feels to lose someone that you love so much. So we started this nonprofit so we can give back to the community, and one of the things that I'm going to be doing is feeding the homeless in Oregon, and I'm going to do hot dogs for the homeless. I have a crew out here that's ready to start. We have our license, so we can obtain the things that we need to provide for our nonprofit. And we're also helping the people in wheelchairs in Jersey. We're actually helping people in wheelchairs all over, because, we're getting recognized everywhere, and people are watching us. And you know what? You're really not aware about what the people in wheelchairs have to go through until you're in a wheelchair. So, just like, you don't know how bad you need help with cannabis until you're in that situation and you can't afford your medicine. But that's the medicine that helps you the most.
Hashtag they shall grow.
Yep. Hashtag they shall grow. Hashtag vote cannabis 2020. And go ahead, Lefty.
They went with songs to the battle. They were young, straight of limb, true of eye, steady and glow. They were staunch to the end against odds uncounted. They fell with their faces to the foe.
They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun and in the morning, we will remember them. We will remember.